Welcome to another session in Microsoft Excel spreadsheets with Mr. TJ Zenda here, and today we are looking at the if function. The if function, and here is the structure of the if function. But I want you to understand that if function in Excel is a logical formula used to compare a specific value against your expectations. Its primary purpose is to return one value if a condition evaluates to true and a completely different value if the condition evaluates to false. Okay, now I want you to know that the if function automates decision making in your spreadsheets, taking the manual labor out of categorizing or calculating data. It is highly useful for number one, grading or evaluating, automatically outputting your pass or fail based on a test score. So this is what we want to do. We're going to look at the pass or fail. Okay, it is also useful for financial analysis, that is checking if a sales team hit their target to issue a bonus. So this too is important for that. In terms of financial analysis, it's also important for auditing, flagging transaction as over budget or okay depending on spending. Okay, so now I want you to understand. Let's go back to the structure, the layout structure of the if function. As you can see that, okay, we have three components that we're going to talk about. We have the logical test, followed by the test is true, test is false. Now the logical test that you are seeing here, it is the condition you are testing, right? You are checking if a cell is greater than or less than. Now, for us to do that, for us to perform the logical test, we are going to use the following operators. Okay, so we are going to use equal for equal to, right? This is the operator that we are going to use. Greater than, greater or equal to. I know that most of the guys who are doing maths, they will find it difficult, but we have assigned, Excel assigned greater or equal to as you read it. Greater followed by equal to. It's not the same like the one that we have in mathematics. So this is our greater or equal to, which we are going to use whenever we are going to assign this logical test. Okay, we've got smaller than, smaller or equal to, and this is our not equal to. Okay, our not equal to is in this form, not equal to. Okay, remember, I know you guys in mathematics, you always find it difficult again here. Okay, because your not equal to is not the same with what we have here, but we need to adjust ourselves for the purpose of working in our Excel. So these are operators that we are going to use, right, when we're talking about the logical test, to test the condition. Okay, now test is true, the second argument here. The result you want if the condition is met. What is that you want to be displayed if this condition is met? Okay, then the last one, test is false. The result you want if the condition is not met. Okay, so now we have a situation here. We want to grade our learners who are in grade 11, and this is what they have achieved in mathematics, right? But we want to give them status. We want to know whether they are passing or whether they are failing. So in most of the cases, the if function normally looks at two situations, a pass or a fail, a true or a false. Okay, it looks at the two conditions, two results, the true or a false. Okay, so we've got two parameters here. It's either a pass or it's either a fail. Okay, so what we are going to do is I'm going to insert my if statement. Remember, this is a function, so what you can do is you can actually insert by inserting the equal sign, or you can actually go to this part of the form of the insert function here, and you can click on the insert function, and then from this insert function dialog box you can then search for what you like. We want to use the if statement. Okay, then I can search from this is what I have. I can then double click on that if statement, then it will tell me what it is going to do. Okay, right, so this is what you can do. But let's go back to our normal way of doing things. So we normally put equal sign, right, to trigger the function please start by equal sign, then if. Okay, if, double click on if, right? So we want to make sure that if a person, right, if a learner gets something that is above 50, from 50 and above, this learner is considered to have passed the subject. And anything less than 49, from 49 up to all the way to 0, it's a fail. This is what we want to do, but we want to use our Excel to do that. Okay, we are going to this cell. We are saying in this cell for this first learner there. Okay, if this cell is greater or equal to 50 there, right, the Excel should display that the learner is passing. Okay, and anything less than 50, the Excel should indicate that the learner is failing. Okay, and my text should be in double quotation marks, then I close the bracket. Okay, so that's the true. So we are saying if this mark is greater or equal to 50, then the true value will be pass. But if anything is less than 50, then the false value will be a fail. Then I press enter. So you can actually see that the learner here is passing, and then I drag the same formula to other learners, okay, to see those learners who are passing and those who are failing. And then the school will make a decision to say those who are failing, they should not progress to grade 12, but those who are passing, of course, they should progress to grade 12. Okay, here is another way. Let's use cell referencing here. We want to apply cell referencing. So I'm going to say equal sign again, if, double click on if this cell C4, this mark of 89 is greater or equal to 50 there. Okay, I want a pass. Okay, otherwise if it is less than 50 there, it must be a fail in this cell. Okay, then you close your bracket. But remember, we need to do absolute cell referencing to make sure that we always refer to G6. Okay, and also for fail we're referring to G7. So I have to lock my rows there, then press enter, then I apply to all the learners, and then this is what is going to happen. So you can actually see that the learners who are passing 33, it's a fail, 45 is less than 50, it's a fail. So this is how we are going to make use of the if function. Not only when we're dealing with marks, organizations, they can make use of this function to make sure that they can allocate resources where they need to allocate. Okay, they can use it in their financial analysis, checking if the sales team hit their target, to issue a bonus, auditing, flagging transaction as over budget or okay, depending on the spending. So this function can be widely used by any organization which is willing to embark on a very, very important decision. Okay, right, so this is the end of this session. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comment section. If you have got something that you want to add to this session, please let me know again so that we can improve in our next session. See you in the next session. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you very much.